So good afternoon, Experience Nation. My name is Adeola Abiodun. I'm one of the executive directors in the bond office. So I'm so excited to be here this morning, and I believe everybody is learning one or two things from the convention. So today we're gonna look at what I call fast starting a new recruit. Before I talk about this, I want to thank the leaders for giving me the opportunity to train on this particular topic because fast starting is one of the secrets of the builders. It's one of the strategies that builders use to build their business. And those who master this, they achieve a lot in their business. And so fast start is the act. What do we mean by fast start? Is the act of getting new people to the next level. It's very critical to have a strong fast start, and we need to fast start a new recruit within 48 hours. This is fast start is done by the executive director. When we recruit people, you take them to your upline, who is an executive director, and they do the fast start. And I'm going to talk about what do you mean by fast start, how do you do it, and what are the benefits of doing it. It's easier to strike while the iron is hot. When we recruit these new people, it's good to start immediately with them when they are excited, when they are willing to start right away. But their enthusiasm can fade away quickly, especially when they begin to face some negativity or rejection. So that is why fast start is very, very good. It's something that we do immediately we get people on board. Then what are the facts? I have some facts on fast start. Procrastination kill fast start. Whenever possible, most people tend to wait it out and see what happened before doing anything. That's the kind of thing you see with so many people. A lot of people will tell you, what, I want to wait and see, or I want to write my exam and all that. That's what you find with so many people. They keep procrastinating. Some say, what, I want to write my exam first before I do anything. And as a result, many fire up recruit quickly lose interest and fear begin to set in. Licensing becomes a boring, tedious process. That means when they don't pass the exam on time, because they are not well fast started, then they tend to give up easily. Most end up not getting licensed at the end of the day, or if they ever do, it drags on a long time. Worse, they get licensed, they have no team and nobody to sell to. They become lonely agents because they weren't well fast started when they join the business. And this is a problem of so many people. What are the second facts? Fast start up to spark up explosion. In our business, it causes explosion when they sit down with the executive director and the guy told them, you open their eye to so many things about the business, you get them fast started, and it causes explosion in the business. People start doing what they need to do, and the more people we do it with, the more explosion we're going to have in our team. Fast start the new recruit to become SFA. Fast start easily all people to become SFA. When you sit down with people, when the executive director show them how to get to SFA, the people attain that level as quickly as possible. A new recruit who start fast start tend to duplicate a fast start to his team. Our business is monkey see, monkey do. So when they get fast started on time, when they know what they need to do on time, and haven't explained everything to them by the executive director, what happened? They fast start their team as well. A new recruit who starts slow tend to duplicate failure to his team. That's what happens. I've seen so many people that we recruited those days when we were new in the business. We recruited a lot of people because they weren't well fast started. They didn't start very well. They became so slow and everything became complicated. Number 6 is hard to ask someone to fast start if you yourself move like a snail. An executive director, an upline who hasn't fast started himself can't fast start anybody. The purpose of the fast start is to retain people. That is why we fast start people in our business. Like I said, when we recruit new people, the people we take them to is the executive director. They do within 48 hours when people join, fast start must take place. The executive director must book an appointment to sit down with a new recruit to do the fast start. And this is how we retain most people and and who stay in the business. So how do we fast start people? you know, like I said, fast start is being done by the executive director. The executive director is the one that's supposed to do it. When new people recruit like that, like what I do when I do this, I bring people, I tell them, bring them to the office. They within 48 hours when they join the team, I ask them to come to the office. They come with the guy who recruited them. They come to the office. Then I do my fast start. And how do I do it? How do we do this? I call it 7 step to fast start a new recruit. So when we sit them down, we talk to them, I tell them about myself and I ask them, what do you do? Why did you join Xperia? The guy, I want him to talk so that I know the kind of person he is. So the guy tells me everything. Oh, this is what I do. This is my background. People are so happy when you ask them that kind of question. They want to tell you, they want to brag. Oh, I do this. I'm a project manager. I made 6 figures. I do this. I do that. They want them to talk about themselves. When they start talking, when they do that, then I got to know the kind of people I want to work with. So number one thing I do when they sit down in my front, while I'm doing the fast start, is register them for the exam immediately. I register them for the exam because no license, no business, no income. So I made them understand that you're going to write an LQP, and it costs, because you're a member of Xperia, the price is highly discounted and you only pay $138 for the certification. And I tell them that they need to also write the provincial, so they know that, what, I have to write exam in order to start making money in the business. Then number two, they will meet the center of influence or their spouse. If their spouse or family is not supportive or even against the business, how much of a chance is there for them to survive long term? So I do this. I tell them, what, I need to meet your spouse or your center of influence, because in this kind of business, we need to know your family, because when I call you, if it's a female, that in case I call you later in the night or at any time, I may want to pass an important information, and your spouse, who is this guy calling? So when we sit down with the spouse, we explain what we do. I always tell you there is need for us to do now with your spouse or your center of influence, that this is what we do. You're going to be attending meetings on Mondays, on Thursdays, our BTO. So, and this is what we do. And we're going to be calling, we're going to be going for free training together, so that the guy knows who is calling his wife, who is free training the wife. So we become like a family. The intimacy comes up. And that's this number two. So we meet the center of influence. Number three, then we sit down, then we do the prospect list. Then I sit him down, I say, what? The number three thing that we need to do in order to fast start you here, to get you started here, is we do your prospect list. So and what do we mean by prospect list? It's a list of people who may or may not join you. It's a list of people who may or may not buy from you. And I always let them know this, that the quality of your prospect list determines the quality of your business. So, and this is how I do this. I said, if your car breaks down on the highway, who are the first 10 people that you're going to call that is going to come to your rescue? And the guys say, oh, some of them say, you know what, I'm going to call tow truck. I said, no, we're not talking about tow truck here. So they say, oh, you know what? Oh, I'm going to write my pastor, my brother, my sister. And these are the first 10 people that, when we go to the field, right there, when the guy prepared the prospect list, right there, we'll start booking appointment. They will book like 2-3 appointments. The guy sees the way we do it. Oh, this is how people book appointment here. They will book some appointment, and then we go for free training. And that's the next one. Then we go free training. And free training now, I haven't prepared this prospect list. Guys, most times, the first 5 names are people that love them, people that are loyal to them. So when we go to the field with these guys, what happens? These guys, they do most of the things we tell them to do. Some of them don't have insurance, we do insurance for them. Some of them want to do the business, we recruit them. Some of them want to do both, we do both for them. And we do easy sales, because these are people, we call them the low-hanging fruits. These are family members that have so much trust in them, that know them very well. So we make easy sales. And when the guys see that, oh, wow, this thing is done so beautifully, so that doesn't mean this thing is so easy like that. What happened? They want to proceed in the business. And that's what we do. So, and the free training, a new recruit must complete 10 free trainings with their upline, or the trainers, or the ED. So they must do this. So I tell them, you're going to do 10 free training so that you can become well equipped in the business and learn how to really do this business. While doing the free training, the guy is going to learn how to recruit. The guy is going to learn how to close business. The guy is going to learn how to do investments. And he's not licensed yet, but he's going to learn all these things. In the process, he may be licensed or whatever, but he must complete 10 free trainings with the upline, or anyone that I assigned to them as a trainer, or with me as an executive director. And when the guy sees the way we do everything, he's going to move forward in the business. And the guy start learning more about our business, become more confident, that he can talk to people, he can recruit, and do all that. Then about 5 things I do with them when they sit down like that is we do personal financial strategy. What do I mean by this? They complete the EFA and look into their own financial concept. So I sit them down. You know what? He who want to go and help people out there has to help himself first. And what do we do? That we use what we call join, own, and share. When you join us, you own one of the things we do. You put your own house in order. Then you now start sharing with family members and all the people on your prospect list. So we sit down, we do their own. We see if the guy doesn't have a TFSA, we open TFSA. If he doesn't have an RRSP, we open RRSP. And the basic thing in financial planning, life insurance. If he doesn't have insurance, if he's not adequately protected, then we protect him. Even if he has an insurance, then we do his dime. We know that, okay, how much insurance do you actually need? The guy will do all this thing with him so that he himself is going to be adequately protected. Then he can start going out there to help other people. So that's number 5 thing we do when it comes to personal financial strategy. And the number 6, promotion. So I sit them down. I tell them in a period, these are the promotion guides. We start from financial advisor to senior financial advisor to sales manager and to executive director. So I show them all this, that what it takes now, you have to set a goal that then I ask them, when do you want to become an SFA? And the guy says, oh, you know what? I want to become SFA in the next 1 month. Then I tell them, okay, you know what? This is how we do it. So when people know all these things, then it becomes easier to build them. And the guy says, you know what? Oh, I'm going to do, if it's 5,000 annual premium that I need to do, then I'm in. I'm going to do the senior financial advisor. And this is how we produce SFAs every month in our business. And when you start producing SFAs in your team, what happens? There's going to be a lot of promotion, a lot of people becoming LCMs, a lot of people becoming executive director in your business. And this is how we build the business. So the guy said, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this. And we give him a time band. We say, okay, you know what? Let's do this in the next 2 months. Are you in? And the guy said, oh, I'm in. Sometimes I ask them to sign. I just do like a kind of paper like that. They sign. They say, okay, yeah, I'm in. Let's do it. That's how we fast start a lot of people in our business, in our team. And the last one, I haven't done all this. I haven't done 10 free training. The guy became a senior financial advisor. He's been to the field. He's learned all these things. Then he can now duplicate the trainer. Then he himself is going to become what? A trainer. Because in the process of doing this, some become licensed. Then he himself can become a trainer. Now he can recruit. He can do business. He can also train other people. And there's nobody that you run all these things with. They become very successful and they stay in the business. And this is one of the strategies of the builders. And this is one of the strategies that we use to retain a lot of people. And those who do this, they enjoy this business and the business become very fun. It becomes fun. All the time you are running this in your team. Everybody is doing it. People are fast. You are fast starting a lot of people. And you guys, we're producing a lot of SFAs, senior financial advisors, and the business start growing and you become unbeatable, unstoppable in the business. So fast start is key. Is a catalyst to our business. Master fast start and your dream will come true. Those who do this, like I said, they achieve all their goals in the team. In the business. Then the business becomes fun and easier. And this thing is something that everybody in the team got to be running all the time. When you run it, when new people join us, you got to invite them to the executive director, book an appointment with the executive director that, you know what, the second interview now that we're going to do now is to see my executive director. Then the executive director is going to run this 7-step duplication. You run it with the team and we faster people and we retain them. And they see themselves start doing a lot of great things. And they see that the business is easier, the business is doable, it's simple, and so easy. And this is what the builders do. And this is how people stay in the business. And it's also going to reflect in our income and all that. You know, remember the journey of 1,000 miles start with a single step. Fast start is a sure way of building our business. See you all at the top. Thank you.